On a side street in Kensington is an absolute hidden gem of a museum, Sambourne House. This was the home of Linley Sambourne, who was the head cartoonist for Punch magazine in the latter part of the 19th and early 20th centuries. It's a Victorian terraced house done in the aesthetic style and pretty much left as Linley Sampson and his wife had it. Yes, there's a certain amount of retouching that's been done, some wallpaper that's been replaced, and there are a few occasions where you get told things like this has been reconstructed based on photographs, or this particular carpet was added later in the 1960s, because the family did continue to own the house. But they decided very early on to attempt to preserve it as it had been in Linley's own time. And as such, what you get is very much a time capsule of an upper middle class Victorian family and working man. There are family photographs on display, pieces of Linley's work on the walls, and this was a man who loved to decorate. You do want to go through this space looking at the details. Look at the doors, the ceilings, the walls where you can see them in between all the pictures. Look at the pictures as you go up the stairs. There's a little bit of additional information about how Linley actually produced his cartoons, which I found really interesting. He took photographs of himself and members of his household, including servants, acting out the different things that he wanted to appear in the cartoons, and then used those to form the basis of his artwork. And that was just a really fascinating insight. There's also possibly the most uncomfortable looking bath in the world, which apparently doubled up for doing developing of the photography. The whole place I thought was an interesting comparison to Sir John Soane's house, actually, as the home and workplace of an artist. It's very much a complete piece, though not to the extent that Sir John Soane's house is. This is a standard terraced house that's been adapted by an individual who had a strong artistic sense. The visit will probably take about an hour or so. It's not a full day trip, but it's definitely worth a look, and somewhere that I had never heard of before I walked past it.